How's it going, guys? Cameron here, the Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. So you saw my video yesterday, and we were talking about CM Retro, and I don't want to make this video all about CM Retro, but over the course of the last year, I've had a lot of people warn me about this guy, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I knew he was up to some shady shit, and I let it slide. I'm like, I don't want to get involved. I kind of like the guy, just keep it neutral, try to be respectful. But yesterday was the tip of the iceberg, shall we say. So today what we're going to talk about here, because now that we're on the topic of CM Retro, we might as well just dive into it head first, right into the belly of the beast, and talk about the ugly side of collecting, not just gaming, this community, the ugly side of it, which is scalpers and resellers. Now, we've talked about it before, but I think it's worth another mention. So I wanted to sort of share a story, not really a story, but just so you guys have a better understanding, because I'm a little bit older than a lot of you guys. You see, back in the 80s, not even the 80s, the 70s, 80s, the 90s, back in the day, if you went to the thrift store, it was for a reason. It was because you were struggling financially. Maybe you were broke. Maybe you were homeless. And you didn't have a lot of money, right? So people would go to the thrift store mainly for clothing, okay? It wasn't anything to do with retro gaming. People didn't really go to the thrift store to buy movies, anything pop culture related. It was mainly to do with clothing or utensils or dishes or glassware or maybe a picture frame as an example. And over time, especially towards the early 2000s, things sort of changed. A lot of people out there that grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, all of a sudden they want to collect stuff, not just retro games. They want to collect vinyl records, cassette tapes, VHS tapes, DVDs, toys, etc. So, the next thing you know, the thrift store is no longer there for people that are in need. It's kind of like a adventure for some. It's like the thrill of the hunt. You go in there and you're hunting around and you're looking for a needle in a haystack. You might find a incredible tripod stand for your camera, like I did recently. There's all kinds of stuff you can find at the thrift store, right? And it's not uncommon now. Now, we don't know everybody's financial situation, right? You could see somebody pull up to the thrift store in an $80,000 Mercedes, and it doesn't mean that they're in good financial standing. It could be just the opposite. But needless to say, I think it's fair to assume there's people that go into the thrift store that aren't hurting financially by any means. They're going in there for the thrill of the hunt. Sure, I get it. Where it kind of gets ugly is you're really seeing the rise of the scalpers and the resellers, and I've seen it firsthand, folks. These resellers will literally walk right into the thrift store. They'll walk right up to the shelf that has all the Wii games, all the Xbox, all the PS2. They don't even look at the games. They just take them all. They take them all, and then they go to the cash, and then they get out of there. These people are fucking scum. And that's why I brought up CM Retro, because that's exactly what this guy does. He's a fucking reseller. When you watch his channel, you'll see at the end of his video, he's just like, don't forget to bang that notification bell, like and subscribe and share. Please help. It really helps out the channel. Yeah, because he's a reseller, guys. His channel is not a retro gaming channel at all. That YouTube channel is there to promote his business, his Facebook marketplace, his eBay ventures, his reselling ventures. So yeah, that's why he is saying that. It's no fucking secret. So yeah, so you wonder why, when you go into the thrift store now, you can no longer find good video games for like $4, $5. They're all marked up appropriate prices. Even if you're buying clothing, you want to go into the thrift store and buy like a nice sweater or like a leather jacket or something. It's marked up. It's like 40, 50, $60 because the thrift store has caught on to these resellers. They're not stupid. And more to the point too, back in the day, a lot of thrift stores, and they still exist. In Canada, we have them called the Salvation Army. And it's kind of like a non-for-profit organization. I believe it's not non-for-profit. I could be wrong. Where people would donate shit that they could resell. You donate it. I've done it. And then they resell it, right? But then you have other thrift stores where it's for-profit. Where none of the proceeds go towards, Habitat for Humanity and things of that nature. But even still, even if I were to go to a thrift store that's for-profit, I ain't going to go in there and buy fucking Marvel t-shirts or, Blade Runner t-shirts just so I can run home and sell this shirt that I paid $5 for at the thrift store for $30 on eBay. No way. Fuck no. No way. Why would I do that? Could I do that? Sure. But would I do that? No. It's fucking greasy. It's unethical. I don't care what anyone says. It's fucking slimy. I wouldn't do that at all. It just reminds me because like a couple of months ago, I remember CM Retro, he was bragging about how he had picked up some vinyl records. And one of the records he picked up, it wasn't this one exactly. I had the one that he had, and I fucking donated it. But it was a record by the band Wham, which was the group that George Michaels was in before he went solo. And folks, you can get Wham records for like next to nothing. Like they're worth nothing. They're so common. They're one of the most common records from the 80s. They're worth nothing. You can get them for like 99 cents. And he fucking got this Wham record. And then he was bragging to me. He was like, "Oh yeah, I can easily." No, he said it like I think he said it right in his video. He's like, "Yeah, I can flip this easily, no problem. I can make a huge profit on this." And then he ended up, I guess he flipped it for like $20 or $30 on Facebook Marketplace, or so he says. Like, really, dude? Are you that hard up? Like, oh my god, fuck, unbelievable. So yeah, it's fucking annoying. Like I said. The thrift store, forget gaming for a second, just talking about the other items like clothing and stuff. Nah, man, that's for people that don't have a lot of money. Fuck. You don't need to be going in there and buying up a bunch of shit just so you can run home and resell it. And it's like when you watch CM Retro's pickup videos, it's kind of like Ricardo Cody. He'll show all the games he has, right? He'll show them. He's like, I got this one, I got this one, I got this one. Well, this one's going on Facebook Marketplace. This one's going on eBay. This one's going on Facebook Marketplace. His whole pickup video is not even a pickup video. He's just showing what he's going to resell. So why even bother showing it? What's the point? Because you're advertising your Facebook Marketplace and your eBay profile. That's exactly what you're doing. So... yeah, so when you guys are upset that you can't go to the thrift store anymore because shit's gone up through the roof, you can blame these guys. That's why. And it's no different. Like even when you go to the thrift store, at least in Canada here, a lot of times at the front of the store they have like a glass jewel case that's locked. You can see what's in it, but you have to ask, the person who works there to open it up if there's something you really want to look at. It's not uncommon to see someone up at the cash there. And they've got one of those magnifying glasses up to their eyes. I can't remember what you would call it. And they're looking at the jewelry and they're trying to see what's in there. Man, these fucking resellers. There's a reason why when you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, and there's something that's on sale and there's a limit to like 4 or 5 per customer. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Because if the tomatoes were on sale... and there was no limit, you'd get someone like CM Retro that would go in and buy them all, and then he'd run home and set up shop at the end of his driveway and resell them all. So, obviously at the thrift store, they can't really adopt the same philosophy because, they just can't, right? They might, but I had never seen it. But Yeah, these fucking scalpers and these resellers, it's fucking annoying. And that's why, you know, if you got into the collecting scene in the early to mid 2000s, you got in at the right time, especially when I was collecting for the OG Xbox around 2010, 2011. It was a sweet spot for collecting. Now, holy hell, you try to collect for the original Xbox, the good titles, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. So, yeah, that was my pet peeve for today, my little rant. I can't stand scalpers and resellers, people that are trying to profiteer off these items that are meant for people that maybe don't have, maybe they're not as fortunate, right? So it's fucking disgusting, guys. You know, I'm probably gonna go out today and you know, maybe go downtown with some clothing there, maybe hand it out to the homeless. I'm not gonna charge them for the clothing. Are you kidding me? Fuck that. It's just unethical, absolutely. Anyways, going to cut it off there right at the 12-minute mark. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.
I love going to Goodwill when they give you the old every color tag is half off. I usually spend a little bit more time in there than I usually do looking through the clothing items because they're $3. So they would be like $1.50. And then, you know, I just throw those up on my eBay store. $3. So they would be like $1.50. And then, you know, I just throw those up on my eBay store. You know, 8, 10, 12 bucks, whatever the shirts are. And it's a great way to build inventory and have easy stuff to ship. So I went to Goodwill. I got some shirts. They're in the laundry now. I'll spare you. It was like a Dumb and Dumber shirt. Iowa Hawkeyes football team shirt. But I always look for like the Marvel stuff, the Star Wars stuff. You know, stuff that has some type of licensed branding to it. And yeah, so we'll get those washed and put on the eBay store. Nice small sales, like I said, easy to ship. They're cheap, so if they stick around here for a while, it's not like the hugest deal. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, Lion King, and Toy Story. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet, but really they were, you know, $1 for 4 of them, so I couldn't pass. And I walked into Goodwill in Newark. They put out some records. This was the only one that was really worth anything. It is Wham! Make It Big with Wake Me Up Before You Go and Freedom. How about that? But 99 cents, that'll sell in the eBay store, 25 bucks or something like that. Disney's Toy Story 3. I think I sold one of these for like 20 bucks or something. But yeah, not bad there. And then the best one in the bunch, of course, the only one that's missing the manual is Punch Out. Boom, there it goes. Discs are in decent shape. I'll go ahead and resurface them, polish them up, test them, and get them out of here. And I can't believe how much this one is going for. Mario Kart Wii, man, it's like a $25 game, right? But for whatever reason, this thing is going for 40. Some people have it listed for 50. So I'm gonna put mine up probably like $37.99. And yeah, make that quick cash.